Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. So today I am doing another episode of Dollar Tree Gems. So for those of you guys who do not know, this is the show where I go out, I go to the Dollar Tree, I buy a movie. Right now I already have a fat stack of movies on my bookshelf that are movies that I bought from the Dollar Tree that I have not watched yet. So today we got a fun one. We got the Muppets in space. I love the Muppets. Unironically, last year on my Spotify Wrapped, Man or Muppet, that song, was my number one song on Spotify for the year. Really, really good song, a very comforting song. I really like it. And I was like, you know what? This is something fun I could throw on, and I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna go watch this movie. I'll tell you guys how it is. I'll like it, and basically, I'm just gonna come back after I've watched the movie and give you guys a little movie review of it for those of you guys who are interested in seeing the Muppets from space. So I'm gonna go watch this, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so I am back. I watched it. I will say this, unironically, I think I had way more enjoyment watching this than the last movie that I watched for one of these. I would say that this is a slightly better movie. It's very well rounded. Very funny. There are actually a couple scenes that made me laugh out loud. Very, very interesting movie. Overall, obviously it's a kids movie, so the plot's very stupid. All the actors in it look like they're having an absolute blast, though. There is a scene where a Muppet makes out with a human being. I don't know if that's normal or not, but I think it happened twice in this movie, actually. Because one of them was the weird one. I think his name is Animal. He just goes absolutely apeshit crazy. He made out with some, female security guard or something because they were breaking into a high government security something. I don't even fucking know. It was a high secured security base that was... God, okay, hold up. Let me explain the plot to you. First off, I want to start. How do you think this movie starts? I'll give you a hint. It's very religious. Did you guess Noah's Ark? Because yes, that's how this movie starts. And if you had told me, hey, you're gonna go watch Muppets in Space, the first scene takes place on Noah's Ark, I would have been like, what? But basically what it is there's a Muppet named Gonzo. I don't know if he's in a lot of Muppets things. I know nothing about Muppets culture, so apparently I need to go watch the Muppets movie and gain some of the lore so I'd understand the world building that's happening here. But the main character, he's a Muppet named Gonzo. Very interesting character, and the opening scene is Noah's Ark. They're on Earth, there's a big storm or whatever, and Noah's getting all these different animals on his ship or whatever. And then this Muppet comes up to him, and he's like, hey, oh my god, I was so worried. I thought you were going to leave without me. And then Noah is just like, I am leaving without you. And the guy was like, well, no, but you can't leave without me. That's not cool, man. And then he says, well, what species are you or whatever? And Gonzo basically tells him that he's one of a kind or whatever. And he's just like, useless. And then he slams the door in his face. And it was very weird. And that's how that movie started. And then what's it called? Then we realized that he was just having a nightmare. Gonzo wakes up and he's like, oh, thank God, I thought I was alone. And then he just starts going absolutely crazy, seeing random things, getting random messages from outer space saying, hey, we're coming for you, buddy. We miss you. We love you. Stuff like that, which once again, it's really weird. And then apparently stuff like this is happening all over the planet, and everybody's like freaking out because there's aliens. And what's it called? So we meet this security people. They're working out of a fake cement factory, and their job is to find an alien for some government official who's obsessed with aliens for some reason. And it's very heavily implied that this government official wants the aliens for very sketchy illegal shit. And I think it's really interesting that a Muppets movie that is for children has kind of a dark government official character in it, because I feel like that's a little darker than you would expect from a Muppets movie. But it was very entertaining. It was very funny. And what's it called? I will admit this, and I don't know what this says about my personality. The last Dollar Tree movie that I watched was a movie called Super Fast, and it was a spoof on the Fast and Furious movies. And I think that the humor in this Muppets movie works way better for me than the humor in that movie, which was all amped up and aimed towards adults with bad sexual innuendos and stuff like this. I genuinely enjoyed the comedy in this Muppets movie 10 times more And maybe that says something about me as a kid, but I have no idea. I thought my big thing is comedic timing in this was really good. Like there was a lot of jokes that really stuck the landing because you kind of like are expecting there to be some like really dumb, stupid, corny jokes, but like a lot of them are actually like, oh, this really weird thing happens, and the Muppets' reaction to it is just absolutely fucking hilarious, and it catches me off guard every time. But yeah, no, I thought it was great. I actually thought it was a pretty genuinely decent movie. Um, what's it called? I will say this, I am rating it better because I know it's a children's movie and I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt because it's a children's movie. So if you hear this and you're like, oh my god, you ranked this better than like some Marvel movies or some, what's it called, like old classics or whatever, it's because it's a kids movie, right? Like I'm rating it on the scale of it being a kids movie, not necessarily it being like a film like Goodwill Hunting or something. But yeah, so overall, I quite enjoyed it, and I actually thought it was way better than I thought it was going to be. So I'm gonna give it a solid 78 out of 100. I thought it was very solid. Would definitely actually consider watching it if you guys can ever find it. I got that from the Dollar Tree like 3 years ago. So that's the only problem with me currently going through my shelf and doing the ones that I already have is I can't tell you, hey, go to the Dollar Tree and go find this movie because you probably won't find it. But it wasn't bad. But yeah, so that was it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Pow. Pow, pow.